I tried my best to give you a life of freedom, but I failed you. I hear you're planning to admit to a crime you didn't commit. If you do this, you will be saying that you murdered that man. You'll be saying you're a criminal.
I thought you liked criminals.
Hi,
Hello,
Mom. Nice
Emayatzy.
meeting you.
Hello, Raamala.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
First,
How
I
are
gotta
you?
get down to the origin of these beautiful names. I want to know the meanings of Emayatzy and Raamala. Let's start with you, Emayatzy, because I mean, from Kentucky, it seems like you have a very eccentric, beautiful name, and I'm sure the audience. I mean, I looked it up, but I'm sure the audience wants to know, like, what does Emayatzy mean?
It's so funny. Whenever I hear from Kentucky, it's like, oh, I am from Kentucky. It surprises me because I'm an Army brat. So as soon as I was born, we moved, and I have no connection to Kentucky. So it's funny. But my dad's from Panama. My mom's from Ohio, from Youngstown, Ohio. And there's a story of this princess in Panama named Emayatzy, and that's what he wanted to name me. But my mom didn't like that name, so he took her mother's name, my grandmother Emma, and Emayatzy, and made Emayatzy. And here I am.
I love it. I didn't even know this. I love it. Yes. We've never talked. My dad was from Somalia, so both of us, and my mom from New York, Black American, and my mom met this woman named Raamala, and she liked the name, but it only had one A, and she was scared that people would call me Raamala, and Raamala, so we added the A. But yes, yeah, that's where our names are from.
Well, Raamala, I'm curious as to, I know you're a creator. I mean, that you've been writing for Little Fires Everywhere. You wrote for Scandal. But I wonder, like in this age of streaming platforms, when you're writing for, assuming you already know the deal, is like Hulu or Disney Plus or whoever, do you have to adjust a little bit for that? Is there a style for Stars, a style for Hulu that you write into your writing as a creator?
Well, no, I mean, obviously broadcast, when you're writing for broadcast is different just because of what you can actually put on television. But I will say I learned a lot from, working with Shonda Rhimes. I feel like she was really good at, getting as much drama as possible within the confines of what we were able to do. So as far as adjusting, I mean, obviously, of course, things can be a little sexier, a little messier, but really it is about the characters. And that's what I've learned from, every show I've worked on is it starts from character. And then if you have strong characters, then you can put them in situations that the audience will go on the journey with. So, and if you can really understand their psyche, like with Jax, like Jax is going to do these things, but if we allow the audience to come into her head and to understand like where she's coming from, then you'll be on the ride with her.
How was your day? You seem stressed.
That's why you left, right? Because of my stressful and dangerous job.
It's just a trial separation, Jax.
I didn't get married to sleep alone.
And your character Jax is I mean, she kind of got burnt from the public defender's office, so to speak. But there's so many people in our community that's had injustice from the justice system. Do you think they'll relate to the plight of her fight for justice and also some of the characters like Michael Ealy's characters, what he's going through?
I definitely think people will be able to relate to that, because it's something that it's still an issue now. Our jails are overcrowded. So many of our Black men and women are wrongly convicted. I mean, it's something that's still an issue now. And so I do think that people are going to be able to understand that and even relate to Jax, as a public defender and, being overworked and tired and, finding herself not being able to give her full self to each of these cases because it's just a lot. So I do think, and I really hope that people really pay attention to that part of her life because as we find out, it's something that really did leave an impression on her and change her in a lot of ways. And so it's an issue that we have in our society that really needs to be addressed. And I love the way that Raamala has weaved it into this story so easily and effortlessly, because it's something for me that knowing people who have been in the system in a lot of different ways, and I'm sure a lot of us have, it's personal. It's personal in that way. And so I can understand Jax's plight.
Yeah. so much rich stories in here. Even your relationships is a whole nother thing that we could have spent a whole nother 5 minutes on. So great writing, Raamala. I appreciate the story. I can't wait till everybody else sees
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Thank you for your time. And
Thank
beautiful
you,
names.
Jamal. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
meet
you.
you.